want to share with you a question that I was once asked that made my head hurt. A theology professor asked us, could God make a stone so heavy that he couldn't lift it? And it took me a long time to try and get my head round that. It made my head hurt. Well, just recently, myself and the other church leaders, well, we've been grappling with another question that's making our head hurt. How do we worship at the moment with the COVID regulations? You'll be aware that here we have to come straight in, go straight upstairs, sit apart from one another with masks, and then immediately leave afterwards. And although right at the moment we can stand outside and talk, obviously the weather is going to change and that's not going to be possible. And here is our question that we're grappling with. You see, worship has got two dimensions. It's got a vertical dimension. We worship God, we sing and glorify his name. And what we do here on Sundays with the worship group and everything, that's great. It really connects us to God. But there's a horizontal dimension as well. We're meant to connect and worship with one another. All those one another's of the New Testament, encourage one another, pray for one another, build one another up. And of course with masks, sitting together, having to leave right after, that's just not going to happen. So how do we worship as a church, keep that vertical bit and the horizontal one? Well, our solution is that we're going to try out, at least till Christmas, it is a bit of a radical departure. What we're going to do is we're going to meet in home churches. That is a small group meeting in a home, and then also meet here. So on the first and third Sunday of every month, we're going to meet here in the church building in Nyon for what you will recognise as a church service with all the COVID regulations. But on the second and fourth Sundays, we're going to have groups of about 10 to 12 that will meet in people's homes, and you'll hear a little bit more about that at a moment. And of course what we're hoping is that when we meet together here in the church building, we'll do that vertical bit, we can meet, we can sing, glorify God's name really well. When we meet in homes, we are going to be able to do that horizontal bit and pray and build one another up and encourage one another up. And I know that for many of you, you've really appreciated the opportunities that we had to do that over Zoom, but also at Picnic Church, and that's become a very meaningful part of church for you. But I also know that many of you really enjoy it here in the building. So what we're trying to do is combine the best of both to make sure that we are the church in its most authentic expression. We're going to be putting out more information about that. If you've got questions, send it in. But Claire's going to tell you a little bit more about the format for home church.
So, what will our meetings look like at home church? Well, let me explain it in terms of 4 W's. First, we'll do a welcome, a chance for everyone to get together, meet together, hear what else is going on in Westlake at the moment. A chance to come together and start meeting and worship together. Obviously that leads us on to worship. We're going to have some time of worship. Now, depending on whether we've got musicians in the group, we will do different activities. We'll use something I like saying, a fresh expression of worship during those times. Next, we'll have the word. Our hope is that we'll be able to broadcast the preach each Sunday to wherever we are, and that will be played and we'll be able to listen to the word together. And finally, we'll be able to do, what do we do with that? And that will be a time where we can discuss and think about some of the areas that this topic brings up in us. Now, we do have a 5th one in hand, where actually we'll witness and get out into our communities, but that's for after Christmas, I suspect. But anyhow, it'll be about an hour, and hopefully it'll be a really good time to come together, to be welcomed, to worship, to hear the word together, and to find out what happens next. Now, obviously, to actually start trying to put this together, we could do with some help from you. There will be a survey going out that we would like to find out what you actually want from home church. Do you want to take your children? Do you want to meet on a Sunday afternoon or a Sunday morning? We'd like you to let us know. So a survey will go out, and we'll be able to then put people into groups. Anyhow, it's been brilliant speaking to you today. I hope to see many of you over the next coming weeks, either in home church or at Westlake itself. See you soon. Bye.